Today, we'll be exploring one of humanity's biggest dreams. Could we really live on Mars? Let's find out. You wake up, you open your eyes, and for the first time in human history, you are not on Earth. Outside your window is an endless red desert. No cities, no oceans, no forests, just another planet. You smile because humanity finally did it. We escaped Earth. We built a second home. But then you hear the warning alarm. Your oxygen supply is running low. Your shelter is losing pressure. And you realize something terrifying. Mars was never a second Earth. It was never waiting for us. It was waiting to test how long humans could survive. For thousands of years, humans have looked at the sky and wondered, what is out there? We explored oceans. We crossed continents. We built machines that could fly higher than mountains. And now, we are looking at Mars, the red planet, the world that has fascinated humanity for generations. And maybe no one represents this dream more than Elon Musk. His vision is simple. Make humanity a multi-planetary species. A future where humans don't live on only one planet. A future where Mars has cities, factories, and maybe even children who are born under a red sky. And honestly, it sounds incredible. A new world, a new beginning, a backup plan for humanity. But there is one small problem. Mars does not care about our dreams. Because before humans can build cities there, we first have to survive the planet itself. And Mars has been trying to kill every possibility of life for billions of years. The first danger is something you cannot see. You cannot hear it. You cannot feel it. But it is constantly attacking you. Radiation. On Earth, you are protected every single second of your life. Above you is a thick atmosphere. Around you is a powerful magnetic field. Together, they act like a giant shield. Space is violent. The sun constantly fires streams of dangerous particles toward every planet. But Earth blocks them before they reach you. Mars does not have that protection. And this is where the story of Mars becomes almost tragic. Billions of years ago, Mars was not the dead desert we know today. Scientists believe it once had a much thicker atmosphere. It may have had rivers, lakes, maybe even environments where life could have existed. But Mars lost something incredibly important, its magnetic field. Without that protection, the solar wind slowly began stripping away the atmosphere. Imagine Earth without its invisible armor, slowly losing the air around it, slowly becoming colder, slowly becoming silent. That is what happened to Mars. And for future humans, this creates a nightmare. Because living on Mars means living under constant attack from space. The same radiation that travels through the universe would pass through your body, damaging your cells, breaking your DNA, increasing the risk of serious diseases. And the most frightening part? You wouldn't feel it. There would be no dramatic moment, no explosion, no warning, just invisible damage happening quietly inside you. But here's the terrifying part. Radiation is not even the biggest problem. Because humans are surprisingly good at protecting themselves. We build shields. We create technology. We solve problems. That is what humans do. The real question is, what happens when the planet itself is hostile? Because Mars is not just empty. Mars is dangerous. Look at the ground beneath your feet. It looks harmless. A dusty red desert. Almost peaceful. But that dust hides a secret. Mars' soil contains chemicals called perchlorates. On Earth, these chemicals are considered dangerous because they can interfere with important biological processes in the human body. And for future settlers, this creates a massive problem. Because everyone imagines Mars farming as simple. A greenhouse, some plants, a little piece of Earth growing on another planet. But Mars does not want to grow anything. Every piece of soil would have to be carefully processed. Every crop would need protection. Every drop of water would need to be controlled. On Earth, farming is something humans learned to do. On Mars, farming would be a constant battle. The planet would fight you for every tomato, every potato, every leaf of lettuce. And honestly, imagine being the first farmer on Mars. You are not fighting insects. You are not fighting bad weather. You are fighting an entire planet that does not want you there. But now we reach the problem that makes Mars truly terrifying. The thing humans need every second. Air. Take a deep breath. Right now. You probably didn't think about it. Your body just did it automatically. Because Earth was designed for you. The pressure, the oxygen, the temperature. Everything is exactly what your body expects. Mars is the opposite. The atmosphere is incredibly thin. Less than 1% of Earth's atmospheric pressure. And that creates a strange danger. Because on Mars, your biggest enemy is not the cold. It is the emptiness. Without a proper pressure suit, the human body cannot survive. The fluids inside you would begin to vaporize. Not because Mars is hot, but because the pressure is too low. It is one of the strangest facts about space. You can freeze and boil at the same time. Mars breaks the rules your body has known since the day you were born. And this leads to the biggest question. Maybe humans can survive on Mars. Maybe we can build machines. Maybe we can build shelters. Maybe we can create artificial environments. But after solving all those problems, one question remains. Are we actually building a new home? Or are we just building the most advanced survival bunker in human history? Because here is the part most people don't think about. The biggest challenge of living on Mars is not surviving. Humans are incredibly good at surviving. We survived deserts, frozen landscapes, deep oceans, extreme environments. We built submarines that can travel to the bottom of the ocean. We built stations that orbit above Earth. We sent robots across Mars itself. When humans want something badly enough, we usually find a way. So maybe Mars is not impossible. Maybe the question was never, can humans live on Mars? Maybe the real question is, what happens to humans when they do? Because you are not just a machine that needs oxygen and calories. You are a creature created by a planet. Your body is not random. Every part of you carries millions of years of Earth's history. Your bones became strong because of Earth's gravity. Your eyes developed under Earth's sunlight. Your brain evolved surrounded by nature, movement, sounds, and other humans. You are not simply living on Earth. You are a product of Earth. And Mars removes almost everything that created you. Imagine waking up on Mars. Every morning looks exactly the same. You open your eyes inside a small artificial room. The walls are metal. The air comes from machines. The temperature is controlled by computers. Outside your window is an entire planet. But you cannot touch it. You cannot walk outside without a spacesuit. You cannot feel rain. You cannot smell a forest. You cannot stand barefoot on grass. The things you never think about on Earth suddenly become impossible. A simple walk outside becomes a dangerous mission. A small mistake becomes life-threatening. A broken machine is no longer an inconvenience. It could mean the end. And maybe that is the strangest thing about Mars. The planet is not trying to kill you in one dramatic moment. It is slowly reminding you that you do not belong there. Scientists who study long-duration space travel have discovered something important. The human body is not the only thing affected by extreme environments. The mind is, too. Astronauts are some of the most prepared people on Earth. They train for years. They know exactly what they signed up for. And even they experience the psychological challenges of isolation, being separated from family, living in a controlled environment, knowing that help is millions of kilometers away. Now imagine something even harder. Not astronauts, but families, children, entire generations, people who are born on Mars. They would grow up knowing Earth only from pictures. They would hear stories about oceans, forests, animals, a sky filled with clouds. But to them, Earth might sound like a fantasy, like a story humans told before they moved to the Red Planet. And that creates a strange question. If someone is born on Mars, with different gravity, different surroundings, different experiences, how long until they stop seeing Earth as home and start seeing it as a place where their ancestors used to live? Maybe that is the greatest irony of Mars. We dream about leaving Earth because we think we need something better. But the more we study other planets, the more we realize how unbelievably rare Earth is. A planet where water flows freely, where plants create oxygen, where life grows without machines keeping it alive. A planet where you can wake up, walk outside, and simply exist. No calculations, no oxygen tanks, no emergency systems. You never notice how magical that is, because it is normal. But normal does not mean ordinary. The sound of rain, the feeling of sunlight, the smell of fresh air, the ability to walk anywhere without a spacesuit. These are not small things. These are miracles we experience every day. So will humans ever live on Mars? Maybe. Technology keeps surprising us. Maybe one day humans will build cities beneath the red sky. Maybe children will grow up millions of kilometers away from Earth. But Mars will never be a replacement. It will always be a place where humans survive. Earth is the place where humans live. And maybe the greatest lesson Mars teaches us is not that we need another planet. It is that we already have something incredibly rare, a world that gives us everything without asking for anything in return, a world that protected us for billions of years, a world that allowed us to look at the stars and dream about other places. So before we search the universe for a new home, maybe we should remember something. The universe is filled with planets, but as far as we know, there is only one place where you can take off your helmet, breathe freely, and call it home. Earth was never just the place where humanity began. It was the reason humanity was able to begin at all. Until next time, keep looking up. The universe is waiting.